was realizing that as important as finance is, we had really been rooted in a lot of practices that were somewhere between 30 and 100 years old, and tech can help. You know that you and I worked together at Coinbase. When I was at Coinbase, you were at Circle. We put together one of the most important stablecoin projects in the world. Well, Jeremy, I think there are a lot of ways of thinking about stablecoins. There's sort of a short-term, a medium-term, and a long-term way of thinking about how they can improve our sort of system. But what I think about it in the first instance is it's an issue of competitiveness. So when I talk about stablecoins, what I sort of say is the dollar has been the reserve currency for a long period of time, not because it's necessarily better or easier to use or anything. It's the most liquid currency because of a set of historical anomalies that happened sometime between the end of World War II and the mid-50s.
Right.
And the world we live in isn't that world anymore. So the dollar is still the reserve currency, but only because we're still running on that history. Yeah. The problem is the history is not likely to preserve our role as the reserve currency forever. And you see this in the fact that global central banks have been reducing their dollar holdings and diversifying away from the dollar every quarter going back now 4, 5, 6 years. This seems to be an inevitable trend. We're still the most important, but we're way less the most important than we used to be. Right. And in a world of competition, my view is that the dollar needs to transact more attractively than others, right? So if we're no more liquid than the renminbi or the euro or something at some point in the future, we could still be the currency of choice if the transactional mechanism for dollars is superior to the transactional mechanism of other kinds of things. And so I think it's that suite of issues that stablecoins and blockchain can ultimately help us with, is to preserve the role of the dollar in the system.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher, and guys, please like and subscribe. If you do like what you're listening to, please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, guys, I want to give much love to those who purchased the book, Cryptoteacher NWO book. I want to thank those, really thank those who donated to the Cash App. You've been blowing the Cash App up, Patreon, and you've been blowing the store up. As you know, guys, it's a small channel. I'm not getting paid a lot for it. So basically, it does take a lot of time. So personally, I appreciate you knowing that it does take me time to put the videos together. It takes hard work doing the research. So I definitely appreciate you. Much love. Keep it coming. Now, guys, of course, we want to get into Bitcoin and cryptos first. Now, of course, Bitcoin right now is steady. The volume is looking good. Remember I said the two scenarios. Basically, if we actually stay stable over the weekend, we'll dump a little on Monday, and then basically we'll rise on Tuesday. Remember, the Fed strokes that check on Tuesday. And then also we have Bach on Wednesday. So we know that we take a dump. But normally they'll do it a few days before. So make sure we're looking at what the indicators, the stable coins, the volume, and of course XRP. If XRP starts to rev up again, that means that we either going up or going down. And of course volume and the stable coins are going to let you know which direction that's going to happen. Now, guys, getting into that video with Brian Brooks. Remember, I did the video with Brian Brooks, One West, Kamala Harris. All of it's connected, guys. Remember, it's all planned out. Now, he stated that, of course, the United States is going to lose its reserve currency, but it's just going to go digital. Now, he told the guy, he said, hey, look, remember when you was at Goldman and I was at Coinbase and we created this stable coin for the world, USDC. So guys, make sure you're keeping an eye on that. And then also he stated that, of course, the United States will lose its world reserve currency. We know that's already planned. Look at my Anthony Sutton videos as far as China taking, of course, the empire over. Now, the only reason why the US dollar is, of course, the world reserve currency is because of why? The wars. Of course, our military. If you don't use the US dollar, we come in and we just, kill you. That's how it goes. But the fact is that basically by him saying that, we know that the US dollar is not going anywhere right now. There's too many of them out there. Only thing that's going to happen is going to be digitized. Now remember, guys, there's only 350 million people in the United States. And like I told you, in 5 years, it's going to drop down to 250 million. Now, he also said something very important also. He said the central banks are reducing their holdings of the dollar. And we know they're doing what? Increasing their holdings of gold. And then also the agreement with China. Because, of course, basically they're building up China. Now, basically getting over into the actual crypto news, basically we have Grayscale pump after the national ad. We know the advertisement that they did. Also, we had Ripple come out with an article explaining the IOU. Everything that I explained already before is nothing but, IOU. That's the way the dollar is. XRP is going to be nothing but a synthetic IOU. Now, we also had Tether. Basically, this article says that Tether is at 12 billion. That's what I'm getting also. Basically, if you go on to CoinMarketCap, it only has about 10.4. It goes up to the highest. But I have 12 billion also. But also we had Samsung, basically their phone support for Gemini Exchange. Of course, it's going to help for adoption. We know with Samsung and Apple, as soon as they start to develop more applications on these phones, that's going to definitely help adoption. But of course, they want to make it seamless, so therefore everybody can use it. Now, basically we have the first Litecoin native Visa card is about to be launched. Just like I said, basically break up your digital currencies, guys. Of course, you have your money, you have your utility, and then you have your privacy. And I break that down, of course, in the Patreon. We also have Facebook Libra, of course, focused on the worldwide payment system. Remember, I told you, Libra is sitting in the shadows. Nothing is talked about. So that means they're working on something big. Now, like I went over this before, blockchain, as far as with tracing for weed, just like I stated, the CAN Association is actually researching this so far as a tool. But like I stated, if they can come up with the actual coin that helps with the supply chain, that's going to be big. And I went over that a few days ago. Now article comes out. But also we have Walmart doing cashback platform using StormX. Don't forget Lolly also uses that, and also use Lolly. As far as with making purchases online, you also get crypto as far as with cashback is concerned. We have, getting over into the world news, guys, we have the U.S. Postal Service files a patent for blockchain. Remember, order out of chaos. Remember, I told you this. This is way before the article comes out, guys. The fact is they cause the problem, they wait for the reaction, and they come in with the solution. So all this is going to be on blockchain. All this is going to be digitized, tokenized, whatever you want to call it. So don't forget that the greatest minds are sitting at a table deciding your future. And as long as you keep that in your mind, you'll understand that. And getting into that, we have Warren Buffett basically buys a gold miner, and then, of course, letting go the banks. Now, all the articles showed this, all the TV showed this. So what is that telling you? They want the masses to see this. So what do? We look behind the curtain. Now basically he put in $500 million into this. Now we know he has billions and billions and billions of dollars on the sidelines. So he only bought 20 million shares. So we know the central banks already own all the gold. So you should not even be looking at the gold, guys. Just like I said, they can manipulate the gold price anytime they want to. That's what they want you to look at. Anytime they show you something, Warren Buffett does this, Warren Buffett does that. They want you to see it, but they're doing something different behind the curtains. What are they doing different behind the curtains? They're digitizing everything, guys. We're in the crypto market. Remember, the masses don't see this. The dollar is not going anywhere. It's going to be digitized. Of course, everything is going to be devalued for us to be on a level playing field. Remember, that's all Trump ran on, level playing field, level playing field. Christina Lagarde, level playing field. They just want all this even for trade. But guys, remember, that like I stated, he had all that money sitting on the sideline. We know the banks are not going anywhere. We know the banks are not going anywhere. They're just doing what? Going fintech. As we know, Circle created the USDC coin that Brian Brooks worked on. So don't forget about that, guys. Everything is going to be digitized, but the masses don't understand that. And of course, lastly, guys, we have Trump. Of course, remember he said the $400. Now we know, I said this before, I did the video on this, that only they'll be getting only $300. The other 100 would be optional, and the states can opt out of that. And we know they have not received a check. So he did all this executive order. He went all to the people, but now he's saying he's waiting for the Democrats to approve it. What did you do the executive order for? Remember, guys, that they are the stage and we are the audience. They're nothing but actors and actresses. That's all these politicians are about. Remember, The Matrix was an actual documentary, guys. It was not a movie. And that's what I'm going to come back with my second video about that. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Cryptoteacher NWO book. If you're new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, the links are below. Also, my book links are below. If you don't forget about the stocks. You have your cobalt, your chip stocks, your gaming, your banking. Never ever bet against the banks. They're just going fintech. Also, basically everybody sitting at home, don't forget about those stocks. You have the C word, the biotech stocks. They're selling that. Don't forget about the pumps and dump. And then also, everybody sitting at home waiting on that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.